Hello and welcome. Today we're going to dive into and demystify one of the trickiest parts of French grammar, auxiliary verbs. I know this is often where learners get stuck, but don't worry, we're going to clear it all up.
Now, this masterclass is brought to you by a French Rendez-Vous. Our entire mission is to make the complexities of French not just accessible, but totally clear. So let's jump right in.
So let me ask you, have you ever felt totally stuck or just confused by French verbs? If you're nodding along, you are definitely not alone. It's such a common hurdle. But today, we're going to tackle one of the biggest challenges head-on and get you on the right track. So, where do we start? We're starting with the absolute foundation, auxiliary verbs. And trust me, understanding these is absolutely critical because they are literally the building blocks for so many essential tenses in French.
So what exactly are they? Well, in French, we call them les auxiliaires. The easiest way to think of them is as special helping verbs. Their main job is to team up with other verbs to form what we call compound tenses, like the famous passé composé. Without them, you just can't build these crucial sentence structures.
Okay, so in this world of helping verbs, there are really two main players, avoir and êTRE. Now, avoir is kind of the default. It's the workhorse you're going to use for the vast majority of verbs. êTRE, on the other hand, is a bit more specialized. It's reserved for a very specific and very important group of verbs. And figuring out which verbs belong to that group is usually where all the confusion starts. And that right there brings us to what is probably the most common hurdle for, well, pretty much every single French learner, knowing when to use avoir and when you need to switch to êTRE. This is the big question we're here to answer. How do you make that choice confidently and correctly every single time? It might seem like a tiny detail, but believe me, getting this right is a huge step toward sounding natural and fluent.
And here's where it gets a little tricky. You see, most verbs will simply take avoir, no problem. But then there's this specific group of verbs that absolutely requires êTRE. And just to make things a little more interesting, there are even a few verbs that can use both, but their meaning changes completely depending on which one you pick. So how on earth do you keep it all straight?
Well, I've got good news. There is this fantastic little trick, a mnemonic device, that has helped learners for decades, and it's called Dr. Mrs. VANDERTRAMP. Now, this isn't a real person, of course. It's a key. Each letter stands for a common verb that take êTRE, and they're mostly verbs of movement or a change of state. For example, devenir, to become, revenir, to come back, monter, to go up, rester, to stay, sortir, to go out, venir, to come, allé, to go, naître, to be born. You see the pattern. By memorizing this one phrase, you've instantly learned the core group of verbs that break the main rule and use êTRE. It's a really powerful shortcut.
Now, memorizing a tool like Dr. Mrs. VANDERTRAMP is an absolutely fantastic start. It really is. But true mastery? Well, that comes from practice and seeing it all in context. And that's exactly why having a complete learning ecosystem is so important for real fluency, not just memorizing isolated tricks.
I mean, think about it. Our students can solidify concepts like this with personalized support from certified professors who can answer their specific questions. Then they can hop onto our interactive platform anytime 24/7 to do exercises and use things like flashcards and visual and audio tools to make sure these rules really truly stick.
So here's the bottom line. You don't have to try and navigate the complexities of French grammar all by yourself. Getting the right guidance and having the right tools, that can make all the difference on your journey to fluency.
This quote here really gets to the heart of our philosophy. It's not about just memorizing Dr. Mrs. VANDERTRAMP as a random rule. It's about understanding why those verbs are grouped together, that whole logic of movement and state of being. Once you internalize that system, the language really starts to become second nature.
So if you're ready to go beyond the tricks and really build that deep confidence in your French, I invite you to come visit us at FrenchRendezvous.ca. You can explore all the ways we help students just like you achieve their language goals. Thanks so much for joining me, and I really hope this trick helps you on your journey.